Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at this interesting Linux distribution called Nitrux OS. Now let's take a look at their website. Their website is called nxos.org. Here in the front page or in the home page, they say that Nitrux is a Linux desktop distribution based on Debian. It uses the Calamares installer. It includes the NX desktop built on top of KDE Plasma 5 desktop environment and MauiKit Applications. Nitrux also does not use systemd as its init system. Instead, it uses OpenRC. If we scroll down a little bit, we will have the option to read the release announcement, download the ISO directly, or go to learn more. Downloading the ISO directly will download their standard edition, but if we go to learn more, you have the option to download either the standard one with the NX desktop or the minimal one with or without the NX desktop. So this one includes NX desktop, KDE Plasma 5, Maui apps, cherry-picked KDE Gear apps, and Firefox and LibreOffice, and it's ready to use out of the box. But this one includes Joe Window Manager and SDDM as your login manager, X11 and Xterm, and you will have the option to do whatever customization you want. So today we will take a look at this one, the standard one, and let's install it. Okay, so to install this Linux distribution, we will double click on install Nitrux and we will say continue. It will open Calamares. We will select the language. I will choose English. Next, the region. It already located my region, but I will choose a different one because I want my locale, the clock and the calendar to appear in English. So let's choose Europe first thing. Next we select the keyboard. Next, then we put our information. So let's type my name, the username I want to log in with, the computer name, I will say nitrux-vm, the password. You can see my password, which is cool because this is a virtual machine. It doesn't matter. The root password, I will use the same password, and I won't tick the login automatic. I will press next. Here we have the option to erase disk or do manual partitioning. I will choose erase disk. I will leave it as XFS, which is the default here, and I will leave it as swap to file. And I've already chosen my disk, which is this one, the only one that exists in this virtual machine, and I'll press next. Here it's given us a summary. I will press install now. So it's now installing. So I'll pause the video and I will come back later when it's done. Okay, so the installation has finished. It took about 7 minutes, so let's restart. Okay, let's add our username and password. Okay, so here is our desktop. Right out of the box, it looks beautiful. We have a bottom dock with some pinned applications, and we have a top panel with status area. Here we have our network, printers, night light control, keyboard layout. This is audio, of course. And this is a drop-down menu where we have our Bluetooth, power management, NX notifications, and clipboard. There is already a pre-configured layouts, another pre-configured layouts. So if you right-click here, we can go to layouts and we can choose the bottom panel. This is a different layout with the status area in the bottom and the application menu here. So there is another layout, this one. Here we also have a bottom dock with some pinned applications and our workspaces here. And we have the applications menu at the top and the status area is in the top right. Okay, so now let's take a look at the applications that's included in this distribution. So if we go to our applications menu, we will have Arc, which is KDE's archive manager. We can open an archive, create a new archive. compress, decompress, of course. And we have Boho. I think this is a note-taking app. Yes. So title, body. And let's go to the settings. We have the option for autosave, auto-reload, displaying line numbers, changing the font, option for autosync. Okay, but how to add an account? Yeah, here. Okay, so we can add an account and have an option for autosync. Okay, it's minimal, it's good. Clip, I think this is a viewer for your video files. Yes, okay. Next we have Firefox, of course, and we have index. This is the file manager. It looks very beautiful. Here we have an overview where we can access our favorite files, downloads and audio and pictures, devices and remote locations. This is the quick locations where you can go to your favorites, your desktop, downloads, get back to the home directory. This is the bookmarks, of course, network access, and this is drives where you can access your another drive that's connected to your machine. Okay, let's see the settings. We have the option to save session, which is an amazing feature to have in a file manager so you can get back to where you left off. And we can, of course, show hidden files, have a split view, and open a terminal inside the file manager. The only thing I couldn't do, or my only takeaway, is that this file manager supports tabs, but the only way that you can open tabs is that by either knowing the shortcut, which is Ctrl+T, okay, or by right-clicking where you want to open a new tab and press open a new tab. But this add button is nowhere to be found, this one. It only appears if you have multiple tabs open. Unless you have multiple tabs open, you won't find it. There's no way you can open a new tab. Here, we can just add a new folder or create a new file. Search, go forward, paste, select, go to open terminal. There's no way that you can open a new tab from the mouse. You need to right click, open a new tab, or Ctrl+T. Okay, so this is my only takeaway about this file manager, but overall it looks very beautiful. Okay, now let's see what do we have next. We have installed itch.io and install Steam. This is not an actual applications. This is just an installers. We have calculator. We have LibreOffice as our office suite. We have Nitrux, which is a local network file sharing application. We have Notepad. This is the text editor. So here we have the option for a sidebar, places. We go to settings. Here it is. Yes. Okay. And we have the option for autosave and syntax highlighting and showing line numbers, changing the font, of course, and changing the theme for the formatting and the syntax highlighting. Here we have the option for find and replace, go to line, show in folder, delete, and save as. Okay. And we can also add a new tab by pressing on this and opening a new text file, or opening a file, or open recent files. There is no recent files. Showing a terminal, opening a split view. So that's nice text editor. It has the same vibe and the same feeling like the file manager. This is the MauiKit Applications that they use in this distribution. Okay, let's see what do we have next. Pics, of course, a picture viewer. Okay, organize, browse, and edit your images. What do we have next? Shelf. This is a document viewer, I guess. Add new sources to manage your documents. Yeah. Browse and view your documents. Okay. Next we have Spectacle, which is KDE's screenshot tool. Station, this is the terminal. We will open it a little bit later. System monitor, system settings, wave is the music player. Nothing to play. It looks the same like the file manager and the rest of the apps. Okay, so one important thing to know about Nitrux OS is that they prefer the app image format to manage the set of applications on their distribution. So all the applications that we have tested and seen are app images, and all the applications in their software center are app images. This is basically a front end to app image hub. So LibreWolf, for example, these are all the packages that are available to download, and they are all app images. And everything else is like that. They are all app images. Okay, so next thing, let's take a look at their terminal emulator. It's called Station. Let's go to the settings. We have the option to turn on focus mode, which hides the main header for distraction-free console experience. We can change the theme, green on black. Of course, we can change the font and change the size. Okay, let's see what kernel do they use. 5.15.35 ZenMod kernel. Okay, let's see if htop is installed. It is. Okay, and it uses around 700 megabytes, so that's actually not bad. That's very good. Okay, so one important thing they did specifically in this release, this is the release announcement. I want to focus on one thing. Okay, we have added PackageKit to ease the management of Debian packages. The addition of PackageKit is part of long-term transition to using it instead of using the traditional way in Debian, which is the use of apt and depackage. Okay, so this basically means if we open a terminal and we try to do sudo apt update, oops, looks like you're trying to use apt in Nitrux. So the only problem with pkcon, this one, pkcon update, it's working, okay. The only problem I faced is that it takes forever to search for a package. Forever. This querying thing kept going for 9 minutes to search for a package. 9 minutes. I will leave it and I will show you guys. Okay, so as you can see, guys, it took 9 minutes 10 seconds to search for Spice. We scroll up here, pkcon search Spice, took 9 minutes 10 seconds. Okay, I'm sure they are gonna improve it in the future, but for now, if you wanna get back to using apps, you can actually do that by changing .zshrc, because this is actually an alias. Okay, to get back to using apt, we will just need to open the file manager, show hidden files, open the .zshrc, scroll down, we will see the alias here. We will just need to comment it out. Control S to save. And then if we go back to the terminal, sudo apt update. Yes, we need to close the terminal, open it again, or source the file, of course. Sudo apt update. And it works. 611 packages. Apt dash cache search Spice, and it took 3 seconds. So I'm sure they are gonna improve pkcon. It's a new project for them, but for now, if you want to get back to using apt, you can just do that. Okay, so one last thing I want to show you is the Maui Shell, which is a conversion shell for desktop, tablets, and phones. Here we can see the screenshots. As you can see, it looks beautiful. Okay, let's download the app image. Now the Maui Shell is downloaded, so we need to open a terminal. Sudo cp downloads Maui2/applications. Okay, I didn't write my password. Now, if we launch the Maui Shell, as you can see, it's a different desktop with different elements. We have our notifications here, we have our calendar and clock, and here we have our settings and system tray. We can mute and unmute the microphone, we can take a screenshot, see our devices, and if you are on a laptop, you can change the brightness, you can go to settings. This is the volume. You can, of course, choose the line and the audio output. And this is the microphone. This is the music player. This is the logout menu. But for some reason, the launching of the apps itself is not working. I'm not quite sure why. Is it because the Maui Shell itself is still in beta and is still not mature enough, or is it because of the app image? But you got the idea. It looks very promising and it looks very cool. Okay, so let's log out. Okay, so Nitrux OS is a different distribution. It's different than most of the distributions I've seen before. It uses app images and it uses the MauiKit applications. And to be honest, the MauiKit applications are ridiculously clean and beautiful by design. Also, the Maui Shell looks very beautiful, looks very clean. And I think when it's released, it's gonna be amazing. So that takes us to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and see you guys in the next one. Take care and goodbye.